What's up, everybody? Bandit and Chad here for another Taco Tuesday, and we have a little bit of unfortunate news here to start off with. We did go down to Harlan, Kentucky to Black Mountain OHV over the weekend, and unfortunately the Land Cruiser was not ready. We tried to get some things done to it, but unfortunately it is still kind of accelerating rough. It has like a little bit of a, I don't know what you want to call it, but it kind of skips while you're accelerating, and we haven't really figured out exactly what it is. It could be a mist, could be a hole in a vacuum line, it could be a lot of different things, but we haven't been able to quite fix it just yet. But as a result of that, I did end up taking my truck down there in place of that. Now, we got down there Friday afternoon. We were riding around a little bit on the campground that we were staying at, and you know, there's all sorts of different rigs down there. You have full caged rock bouncers, you have lifted Jeeps and different things, and as well as a whole slew of side-by-sides. And we were riding around a little bit, like I said, throughout the campground. We hadn't even made it to any of the trails yet, and a side-by-side came and sideswiped my truck. Obviously, it's okay. We are still driving it now, but it's just kind of a really unfortunate turn of events. You know, it is, like I said, all body damage, but it's not exactly what I was hoping for. Yeah.
It was just kind of an unfortunate situation. You never expect that kind of stuff to happen, but like you said, the important thing is that, you know, he's all right and the passengers were all okay. And one of the crappy parts of it, though, is that the guy who hit you just kind of took off after that.
Right. So it was a one-lane road. We were going kind of up the road. All the side-by-sides were coming back, and we had all pulled off to the right. I don't know if you want to call it the shoulder or what, and we all put on our reverse lights and started backing up. Well, apparently their time was more valuable than ours, and they went for the pass and didn't quite make it and ran right into my bed. They actually clipped my mirror first and folded that in, and then ran into the bed, but it dented basically right above the wheel well all the way back and hit my tail light. Yeah, so you might be able to tell I'm not exactly real enthusiastic about everything that happened, and it just kind of unfortunate. You know, I had a hit and run, I guess 6 months ago now, and now we're on my second hit and run, and so I'm not really sure if the truck's cursed, or if I'm cursed, or if I'm really just not supposed to drive anything nice without just getting run into all the time, but that's pretty much where I'm at. So here's a look at everything that happened. They kind of came by and nudged my mirror. There's only a couple scratches on there because it actually bent in. But then they somehow skipped over my door and really dug into the side here. As you can see, it starts, like I said, right above the wheel well. Some scratching on there, which really isn't too bad. But the worst part about it is it really does have a pretty good crease in it running from above the wheel well all the way back here to my taillight. And you can actually see that my taillight's cracked as well. So there's some scratches down here, a few scratches up here above the tail light, but the majority is just that really hard crease in the side there. Now, obviously all of this can get fixed, everything can get replaced, but it is still a little bit frustrating and not something that I was looking forward to have.
So as far as the conditions for this weekend went, it was, you know, this is fall, but there was a good bit of runoff on the mountain with all the frost and stuff that did accumulate overnight. It was definitely below freezing. Luckily, we were all prepared for that, and that handled out pretty well. But as far as the trails went, they were pretty mucky, and there were some areas that do have lots of like rock gardens. There are areas called like Lower Rock Garden, Upper Rock Garden, stuff like that. So several of the people that we went down with did go on there and have a good time, and there was minimal damage, thank goodness, for anybody who did go out on those and wanted to test the capability of their vehicle. But like we said, overall, it was a pretty good weekend besides what happened to the truck.
So in other news, with the Land Cruiser, we did get a bunch of parts installed. As we mentioned last week, we have been working with Sparks Parts, and they were kind enough to help us out with some parts for the Land Cruiser. So the videos for all those installations will be coming up here shortly, so be sure and stay tuned for that. But it has been a whole lot of wrenching to try to get everything fixed back up with that vehicle, and we'll keep you all up to date with all of that. So all in all, sorry to make this a little bit of a pessimistic video, but we did make it home okay. Everyone is fine. in terms of their health and condition and everything else. And ultimately, trucks can be fixed. It's a lot harder to replace people than it is a vehicle, but it is just kind of an unfortunate situation. So definitely be sure to be careful while you're out there. Even when you think you should be in a fairly safe spot, that doesn't always work out to be that way. So just definitely exercise some caution out there, and hopefully you all are okay throughout your future travels. But thank you all for watching. Have a fantastic week, everybody. We'll catch you next time.
See you guys.